Just do it. Make your dreams come true.
It's very rare in life that we trust another human being and that human being trusts us. It's a very rare occasion, a very rare experience, and it's something to be valued highly when you do find it. I don't think we should be gullible and trust anyone. I think we should really protect our heart, because the heart is the core manifesto in terms of the law of attraction. Despite what people say that you need to use your brain to manifest, the heart is the attraction, it is the feminine energy, it is what pulls things in. The electromagnetic energy from the heart is 60 times more powerful than the electromagnetic energy from the brain. So the heart is the key manifester. And so the brain, in my opinion, is supposed to protect the heart. The brain is the masculine, the heart is the feminine. So if we have the inability or the lack of trust with people, why are we going to trust the unseen? Why are we going to trust the universe when it comes to manifesting, the law of attraction, the challenges, the pain that we go through, the hardship? Why would we trust something that we can't see? Now, some people are able to trust the universe or God more than they are able to trust a human being. Some people are able to trust an animal more than they're able to trust the universe or another human being, right? And so there's layers to this. And everyone's different. But the key message here, and what I'm working on sharing with you throughout this video, is how to fully, deeply, and completely trust the universe or God. How do you get into the space of surrendering? Surrendering that you're going to feel pain in life, that you're going to go through experiences, challenges, hardships, and you will also experience highs, happiness, joy, love, bliss. I think one of the most important things is to get to the level of acceptance that both sides of the equation is normal in life. And when I talk about both sides of the equation, I'm talking about masculine, feminine. I'm talking about up and down. I'm talking about left and right. I'm talking about yin and yang. I'm talking about indoors, outdoors. I'm talking about understanding that the pain is just as important as the pleasure. The pleasure is just as important as the pain. We disregard the pain. We don't like the pain. And many people, when they feel pain, they lose trust with God. You know, we lose trust with the universe. We lose our faith. But that's you not understanding the concept of unconditional love. We think that unconditional love is only positive, when in actuality, it's both pain and pleasure. In science, if we look at the neurotransmitter dopamine, we have a baseline level of dopamine, right? And then we have those high experiences, and then we have those low experiences. So we have the middle baseline, we have the high experiences, low experiences. When you actually experience pain, so you go down, right? You go down off of your baseline. What tends to happen is you have an up, right? You have a positive experience. And that actually increases your baseline dopamine over time. And that doesn't mean it has to be a painful event in terms of something externally happening to you. It could be you happening into life. So for example, if you go to the gym and you exercise and you experience pain, after you're gonna have all these endorphins and hormones released, this concoction of hormones where you feel like, I feel good right now. I just done some exercise or whatever it is, right? You get the high from it. And a lot of people get addicted to the gym because of that high that you feel after you go to the gym. Or when you do something challenging, you do something hard or whatever it is, and you get through it and you get it done, you feel that sense of accomplishment, sense of achievement, whether that's going through school, getting your grades, working out, even some people having an argument and then resolving that argument, and then you have sex afterwards, right? Make-up sex. The universe doesn't operate on ego-based love, and we assume that the universe works on ego-based love. We just want it to just love us based on positivity. Our idea of what we think love is, what we see in the magazines, the television, the rom-coms, the novels. We have this idea of what love is, when love is actually an action. It's an action word. Love is something that you do. Love is also something that you be. And if we look at an animal, if we look at a dog, right? The man's greatest pet is a dog, right? Why? Because the dog provides unconditional love. The love is unconditional. And so if you can understand that the universe loves you in the same way as a dog, even though the dog won't necessarily hurt you, unless it gets sick or you have to put it to sleep or something like this, that's when you start feeling the pain of it, whatever. But overall, generally, even with a dog, we don't really experience the type of unconditional love that the universe has, or the universe does, what God does. If you don't learn lessons, if you don't speak up, if you don't communicate, if you don't address things when things need to be addressed, if you keep things procrastinating on something, or you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in, or you're treating someone the wrong way, or whatever it is, the universe is going to have you experience pain. It will have you experience pain based on inexperience as well. For example, you might get into a relationship and the relationship's toxic and you get with a narcissist or something like this, and then you have this experience which might be traumatic or challenging or hard or difficult, and then it might put you in a space of like, why is the universe treating like this? Why is this happening to me? God, what the hell, And so we lose faith, we lose trust. We're like, I don't want to feel this pain. But really, what God or the universe or the infinite intelligence or Mother Nature is doing is teaching you a lesson, and also it's guiding you back to unconditional love. If it's someone who is a narcissist or a person that's treated you toxically or whatever you want to call it, it's like, how can you first take accountability for putting yourself in that situation? What did I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I be a better person next time and choose wisely, etc.? What can I do? Can I get coaching? Can I do some healing? Can I do some therapy? Next is then creating a level of acceptance or forgiveness around who this person and how they treated you. Because if you cannot do that, guess what? The universe is like, okay, I'm going to bring you another narcissist. If you say, hey, this person's evil, this person, and you really genuinely feel that this person's evil, this person's bad, and this person's this and this person's that, your wish is my command. You haven't learned the lesson of unconditional love. If you can see everyone as a blank slate, and realizing that maybe this person has energies on them, maybe this person was abused when they was younger, maybe this person, his family, ancestral, whatever, has had this traumatic whatever, right? And you now got with this person and you experienced their toxicity. Can we find reasoning or some level of forgiveness on why you experienced what you experienced, and use that to fuel you moving more to loving and honoring yourself, making wise choices, and stepping closer to unconditional love? It could be things like being ripped off for a ton of money. That's happened to me before, multiple times. For me, it's perfection. For me, I'm able to stand solid. For me, I'm able to create equanimity and stillness within me, because I know the universe is saying, hey, you need to wake up. You need to learn some lessons. You need to be careful who you work with. You need to be careful who you get into a relationship with, and you need to protect your energy at all costs. Some people might not like that you have to protect yourself in that way. And bear in mind, I'm really speaking to people here in the spiritual community, people who are empathic, people who are a little bit more susceptible, a little bit more gullible. And I don't mean to be rude, because I've been in those spaces myself where I think people think and believe and have a heart just like me. And so I just trust people because I trust me. I know me. I know how I am. I know my heart. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, other people are like that too. When that is not the case, it's very rare to find someone that trusts you and you trust them. Throughout your life, you're probably only going to meet 5 5 people that you can really genuinely trust to that degree. Maybe more, maybe less, I don't know the exact number for you. But being someone in the context of being spiritual or being empathic or being an indigo or being, someone who has attention deficit or a very open heart or whatever it is, right? Spiritually inclined, a star seed. You're different, so you have to treat life differently. I think we all have a purpose for being here, and we need to move closer to the light, the truth, the love, and the challenges that we face in our life, the hardship, the pain, the horror, the grief, the suffering that we experience and that we see in the world is not to be opposed with a force of hatred or distrust or why is this happening? It's a tool to remind you to move back to unconditional love all the time, without a shadow of a doubt. Every single time, every little challenge thing that you see in the external world that's hard, that's challenging, whatever, or that's going on within you, in your circle, with your friends, family, relationships, it's all showing you how to revert or direct yourself back to unconditional love every single time. Oh, but Gavin, I've been through this. How can that be unconditional love? Whatever. You have no idea what I've been through, right? And I'm not disregarding your pain. I'm not disregarding the pain of someone who's suffering and don't have food to eat. Overall, if we look at it in the grand scheme of things, pain is relative to the individual. Everyone has a different mentality and emotional resilience, mental resilience, etc., etc. But life is yours. You have to understand that your path is your path and no one else's path. Someone else's path is their path, and it's not your path, and it's not your job or responsibility to actually impose yourself or try and help people on their path. You can give suggestions, you can give support, but it's not your job to help someone unless they are really needing a hand. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to lean into someone else's path. That's God's work. They have their own lessons to learn. You can only do so much, right? I help people right now. I'm supporting, by making this video, but it's only so much I can do. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much I can do without losing my energy, without losing my vibration, without me drifting off my path, which is my path is unconditional love, right? I see and feel the pain in life. I see it. I'm a coach. I see what people go through, from being abused sexually, emotionally, physically, divorces, breakups, losing this money. This happened to me, that happened to me. Very tragic things, challenging things, and am I going to fall into depression because of that? No, that's me leaning into, I'm gonna use that and be like, okay, how can I be in unconditional love and vibrate a high vibrational frequency so that others come up to meet? I stay here, I stay unconditional love, I stay here, I stay here. More people coming up, boom, 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 boom. They're coming up. And they more and more over time, they realize. A lot of people come to me years after watching my videos like, I didn't understand you 1 year ago, but now I understand. This message right now, it's not for everyone. Some people don't have the level of consciousness currently to understand and I'm trying my best not to say this from an egotistical perspective or in an egotistical way, but some people don't have the level of consciousness to understand. I remember when I first read the book Think and Grow Rich, I was thinking, what the hell is this? Like, I don't understand. I thought it was, bull. I really didn't get it. I read it 1 year later and I was like, wow, this is an amazing book. What happened? My level of consciousness changed. Some people can read the Bible, for example, over and over and over again, and they, whoa, I didn't see that before, right? We grow and expand, we become greater versions of ourselves over time. And so this might be a video that you might come back to a year from now, and you're like, wow, I see what Gavin meant. Usually, when I speak with people, it's like, They didn't understand in the beginning, but because of the path that they led, they now understand, and that's actually led to more happiness and fulfillment and joy and acceptance about how life works, how life operates. There's rules and regulations and laws when it comes to our universe, when it comes to our planet. And it's like, why are we not getting in tune with those laws and the way that it works? Why are we trying to oppose it and be like, I don't want to feel pain. I don't want to go through challenges. It's like, no, I'm going to accept those challenges. I'm going to accept those pains. I'm going to feel those pains. I'm going to use them as lessons to facilitate or fuel me to be more in peace, to be more in love, to be more in that unconditional space, to get back to the truth, and which is where we all come from, the truth, or unconditional love, or the isness, God, Allah, Jesus, whatever, right? If we operate from that space and we learn to operate from that space more and more, life becomes more and more beautiful. Life is beautiful to me because I understand pain is normal. I understand the challenges are normal. Even when I'm going through them, by the way, my ego is like, why? Universe, why? But also at the same time, I understand. When I'm saying why, I want to know why. What is the lesson I want to learn? No matter how hard it is, I want to learn. I want to know. And then I trust that maybe a month, 2 months, 1 year down the line, this thing that I went through happened for a reason, to facilitate my growth, to expand me, to get me to this point, or whatever. I know if I don't learn that lesson, it's just going to repeat until I learn. That's one of the major laws that I found in the universe. We can try the escapism, we can try to avoid these things and not deal with them, and try positive thinking and all of this stuff, but I think it can really destroy your mental health, also going in that direction as well. Do you know what I mean? And so I think we need to learn to embrace and trust the universe. And the way that we do that is by accepting the opposing emotion that you don't want to feel, the feelings and emotions that you don't want to feel. Those are the feelings that you need to lean into more. The things that you're afraid to do, the challenges, the things that you need to say, that you need to communicate, that you need to open your mouth about, that you need to, challenge yourself to not constantly chase the pleasure. That's how they get us. That's how they trap us, with pleasure. But if we're able to embrace the darkness, or of the young, right? If we're able to embrace both sides of the equation, it becomes beautiful. So when it comes to other human beings, it's very rare that we find a human being that loves us unconditionally. And when you find it, really protect it. Many people don't even know what unconditional love is. And I would make it your full-time job to really understand what that is, to make life more easy on your mind and on your heart, to get that pain and release it completely. Otherwise, you'll keep it in your body, you'll keep it in your system, and you'll be carrying that vibration around with you. That is supposed to be purged. That is supposed to be released. That is supposed to be let go. You're supposed to be an empty vessel for the universe to flow through you. You have great powers. You have great love within you. And we want to open ourselves up to it more and experience it more. And that doesn't come through chasing pleasure. It's a lie when it comes to the television and what we see in the movies and stuff like that, right? It's a distraction. We're taught to go the opposite way, to buy things, to get these material things and chase money and chase success. Chase your heart, right? Follow your bliss is what they say, right? And so remember to take that elevator down from your mind into your heart and really feel your love on a daily basis and get into that space of gratitude and appreciation, and most importantly, acceptance. All right, much love. I'll speak to you soon. Peace.